Hey folks, this is Matt once again, and the reason I have sort of a grimace on my face is I have to do this fucking video again because as I was doing it, I'm like, what the fuck am I? It was muted, and like the first 2 minutes of a 14-minute video so far got fucking had sound and the rest was muted. And I don't know how the fuck that happened. Pisses me off because I talk about this fucking movie again. Made me even more pissed. And as much as I don't like Bride of Chucky, this is way worse. And Curse of Chucky, in my opinion. I'll get to that. I hate Curse of Chucky. But this is shitty. Just more shitty comedy, shitty writing directed by Don Mancini, who did this and Curse of Chucky. He directed both those movies. One, he tried to be funny. Curse of Chucky, he tried to be scary. He failed at both. He's an overrated writer. He's a shitty director based on those two films. This one and Curse of Chucky. Again, I know a lot of people disagree on Curse of Chucky. Just leave it for that video. I'll be talking about why I hate that film so much. Because it's an overrated piece of shit, that's why. This movie, oh, well, it's better than Seed of Chucky. They're both train wrecks. Curse of Chucky is a train wreck. A friend of mine said it best. That's a train wreck that you're fucking bored of. This is a train wreck that's unfunny as fuck. This is a crazy train wreck. Curse of Chucky is a boring train wreck. I'll mention more about that when I talk about it. They're both train wrecks. They're both shit. Again, as much as I don't like Bride of Chucky nowadays, it's better than these two. To me, Child's Play films are the first three. Yes, including part three. I don't like Jennifer Tilly. She has more shit to do in this film, it seems. She gets to play herself, which she even sucks at that. I thought she was annoying. I thought she was irritating. I thought she was unlikable. I did not give a fuck about her. Well, she's not supposed to be likable, really. She's. I just don't like her. I don't like her voice, which I know they make a joke of, but it's true. I don't give a fuck about Red Man. I think you have lame comedy bits. We did see Chucky jerking off, which, yeah, that's what I wanted to see. I'd rather watch fucking Duck Tits and Howard the Duck or other tits and Meet the Feebles than watch that shit. John Waters makes an appearance as a reporter, paparazzi guy, because apparently he was a fan of Chucky. Cool. He's there to take pictures and get killed by acid spilled on his face. The Glenn or Glenda thing, the kid doll of Chucky and Tiffany. I think if it was written better by another writer, directed better by another director, and it wasn't in a Chucky film, like say if you had a doll that was created to kill and murder and had this push to do it, but he didn't want to do it. So he wanted to, maybe do the right thing or throughout. It could be an interesting idea, but not for a Chucky movie and not by Don Mancini. I don't even know where to start with this. It tries too hard to be funny, that it falls flat on its face. It tries too hard to be clever, and then it's really not. And I'm like, you know what? This film it's goofy, it's silly, but it's just not funny. And sometimes, even like there's a movie within a movie of Chucky, and it's called Chucky Goes Psycho. And it's like, okay, I know you're not even taking this serious, but maybe you should a little bit, then maybe be funnier. Hell, the people, fucking Airplane is a more serious movie than this. And you know what? That's part of the reason why Airplane is a funnier movie than this. And Airplane 2. Just they played it straight and it was funnier for that. Here, okay, start at the beginning of the film. Again, just gotta do this fucking video again. You have a POV of a doll killing the parents of this girl. And then she's like, "You're pissing your pants. You're pissing your pants. You're pissing your pants." And he, Glenn, or at this point he's called Shitface, He's pissing his pants. I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm about ready to do. And he has this thing called Made in Japan, which I guess Chucky also had. And anytime they show that, thankfully, that in case you don't know what Japan is, you have some Asian flutes, Asian music in there whenever that happens. In case you don't know what Japan is. It means that automatically at the end fight, Glenn's going to do a fucking flip. Like it's the fucking Matrix. Again, I don't like Bride of Chucky, but yes, it is better than this. That's not saying much. So you get, he goes to Hollywood because he sees that his mom and dad are on TV. And throughout the film with Glenn, first off, is he a boy, Glenn? Is he a girl, Glenda? Glenn or Glenda, like Ed Wood. They do things of Psycho, where like as a woman, he's a killer, but as a guy, he's normal, like Norman Bates. They even do that. Oh, I wouldn't even hurt a fly, and he doesn't hurt a fly. So they're doing the Psycho and Glenn or Glenda. The question is, do you give a fuck or not? Not really. And Jason Fleming, I believe, is the actor, is the Santa that gets killed, but you realize it's a movie called Chucky Goes Psycho. Yeah, that's a. Even Hollywood, sadly. Well, Hollywood isn't even that lazy for a title like Chucky Goes Psycho. That's what I mean. It seems like they're not even trying. And why the fuck? So what? Are these film props made for the film? But yet, when Glenn arrives and does his amulet thing, somehow brings the souls into these film props, even though they're not the dolls themselves. It's just film props. Isn't that what they are? Film props. As before that, why does one still sound like Brad Dourif, and the other sound like Jennifer Tilly? I mean, I know Jennifer Tilly's doing the movie, but it looks like she's doing the movie. It's trying to be clever, but it's just, I don't know. I'm not supposed to be taking it that seriously. I know. I know, I know, I know. But it's not funny. That's the problem. Do I think it's funny? No. It's jumping the shark. And I understand. You try to do something different. I understand that. Off the wall, crazy. I get that. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I don't think it worked in this instance. When they get brought back to life, Tony Gardner, special effects guy, pretty much plays himself. This is a guy who worked on films like The Blob, 1988 and such. Chucky and Tiffany take some wire and pop his head off like a top. And both of them get sprayed with blood, and they see that there's this other doll who's their kid. And they're wondering, is it a girl or is it a boy? Call him Glenn or Glenda. John Waters, who's a fan of Chucky, I guess, is a reporter, paparazzi. And Glenn asks Chucky and Tiffany, why do you kill people? And Chucky goes, well, it helps us relax. And so Tiffany goes, oh, we should stop killing people. So let's get into our new bodies. It's going to be Jennifer Tilly and Redman, who is reading Jennifer Tilly for this movie, a Bible movie, and she'll play the Virgin Mary. And before that, some references of, oh, I lost the part to Aaron Brockovich to Julie Roberts because she slept with the director. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Good. Because Julie Roberts is a better actress than you. I don't give a fuck about Redman. It gives me the red ass. I don't like Jennifer Tilly. I don't give a shit about Redman. I don't give a shit about the dialogue by Don Mancini, Fettuccine. Shitty director in comedy in this film. Shitty director in suspense in the next film, which my opinion, overrated writer. Tom Holland had a good hand in doing Child's Play 1. I'll give, and I know Don Mancini thinks Child's Play 3 is the worst Child's Play film. No, the films you directed are the worst ones, in my opinion. I'll do Trevor Credits too. Child's Play 2, and I like 3, but he's not the business, the bee's knees. This film and Curse of Chucky to me shows that. My opinion. And we did Chucky jerking off, and great. We get to hear Chucky jerk off. I'm sorry, I like Brad Dourif. I love him as an actor, but did not to hear what Brad Dourif would sound like jerking off into a little cup. I'm like, did they fucking take lessons from Gus Van Sant's Psycho or shit? Chucky realizes John Waters was taking pictures of them. Takes Glenn with him. They did John Waters. They run a woman, Britney Spears, off the road. They find John Waters. Glenn tries to help him, but John Waters backs up and this acid hits his face. Jennifer Tilly is impregnated with this theme by Tiffany, and she's pregnant, and Redman acts like an ass saying, I'm not pregnant. I did not make you pregnant. There's no way. Tiffany doesn't like that Redman's acting like an asshole. So when he's eating, she cuts his stomach open and his intestines fall out, steaming. They tie Jennifer Tilly up. They tie the limo guy up so that Chucky can have another person to have as a body. The assistant comes by of Jennifer Tilly. She gets burned up by Glenda. And the girl gets burned up in like shitty CGI fashion. At least some of it. And the female former Glenda did it. Tiffany slaps her, goes back to Glenn, is asking, what am I? And Jennifer Tilly gives birth to 2 babies, a boy and a girl. They're tied up and screaming. The babies are screaming. Tiffany and Glenn are talking, and Chucky tells everyone to shut the fuck up. He doesn't say that, he just says, shut up, but he should have said, shut the fuck up. I know some people don't like this scene, but I like it because this is how I'm feeling while watching this in Bride of Chucky. He says, there's a limit to how much I can take. I agree. This is nuts. I agree. And after 5 movies of trying to get trying to get someone put a soul into them, he even says, why should I be human? You get sick, you get old, which does make sense. He would get sick and old. He's been doing this for 5 movies and failing each time. So I like that. Okay, hey, fuck it. Why should I keep trying that? I'm infamous. I'm a killer doll. I'm Chucky. I did it. I liked it. I know a good friend of mine doesn't like it, thinks it's out of character. I think it fits because after 5 movies of dealing with that, it was a change that I thought was cool. He owns up to it, says, fuck it. This is who I am. After all this bullshit with fucking babies and red mans getting the red ass and bride of Chuckies and seed of Chuckies and jerking off and doll sex. When he's like, I can't take it, this is nuts, there's a limit. I'm like, yes, same here. And then by the end, I'm rooting for Chucky. I don't give a shit about Tiffany. I mean, right, I don't like Jennifer Tilly either. I mean, well, Jennifer Tilly playing herself, as well as Tiffany. But I was supposed to care that she might switch with this person, and why the hell? I don't care about Glenn, who murdered an innocent assistant woman who did nothing wrong. She was probably the most likable character in the film, the assistant to Jennifer Tilly. And Glenda killed again, like the most innocent person in the film. I was supposed to give a shit about them. I'm rooting for Chucky. Let Chucky win. That would have been cool. You know what? If Chucky won and fucked up, Tiffany, I mean, he hits her in the head, but she switched to Jennifer Tilly, we find out. But if Chucky won, I'd give you a golf clap, Don Mancini. I'd give you the golf clap. And if he killed Glenn, like Glenn doing the flips, and Chucky just took the axe and boom, right in Glenn's face. This is Glenn. This is Glenda. And chop Glenn and Glenda to pieces. That'd be ballsy, because it's someone. It's he's killing his kid. It'd be unexpected, and I'd be like, I tip that to you, Mr. Don Mancini. But no, he does his stupid shiny moment. Tiffany says, switch, 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 and she switches. Ash the head to the doll. Glenn doing fucking flips. And again, like Bride of Chucky, a lame way for Chucky to die. See, the first three Child's Play films, we had one, burned alive, still coming, gets his head knocked off, still coming, has a shoot in the heart. Second film, rips his hand off, has a knife as a hand, keeps walking, uh, gets fucked up, still walking, gets his whole body blown up to pieces in this doll factory. And Child's Play 3, which a lot of people don't like, whole amusement park, going through this ride, this roller coaster ride, gets half his face cut off, just slammed right into this big fuck off fan, ripped to pieces. And Brad Chucky, he gets shot by Katherine Heigl. That's it. The star of Knocked Up and 27 Dresses. And this one, this fucking shitty kid does a flip on his ass and immediately gets an axe to the chest and cut to pieces. And then sometime later, and it's years later, Jennifer Tilly, or Tiffany, but it's Jennifer Tilly, kills her housekeeper. There's Glenn and Glenda, which I don't know how the hell that happened, because it's one, but yet somehow the soul, like she somehow split that soul into two, I guess. Whatever. And he gets a patches of Chucky's arm, and Chucky's arm grabs Glenn's throat. And I'm like, yeah, good. Kill Glenn. Fuck Glenn. This movie is unfunny. It's not entertaining. It's. It was trying to be really. If it was trying to be satirical, it failed. If it was trying to be a comedy, it failed. If it tried me, if it was trying to make me like Glenn or Glenda, it failed. Just watching it again, I did not give a shit about him. I like the idea, the general idea of a doll who's like, oh, it's like destiny is I kill, but I don't want to kill. Use that in a better movie, not in this movie. I don't mind the voice actor Billy Boyd, I believe, who did the voice. I thought the voice acting was actually fine. Brad Dourif does okay, the best that he can. Jennifer Tilly is still hate as the voice, as well as playing herself. I think she's awful. John Waters was there because he's a fan of Chucky, I guess, and picked up a paycheck. Redman, gives a fuck about Redman. Does anyone give a shit about Redman? Put my hand down for that. Does anyone give a shit? If you like the film, that's fine. It's just lame, unfunny, and yeah. Chucky jerking off into a cup. You might as well force feed the audience that fucking jizz, because that's what it tastes like watching this movie. Or, well, I can assume, I should say. Don't get any ideas. People are like, why does that scene bother you? Imagine if Freddy was jerking off. Imagine if Jason Voorhees was jerking off. I mean, I know it's a killer doll, but imagine no one wanted Norman Bates to jerk off in the Psycho remake. It's just jump in the shark, trying too hard to be funny, falling flat on your face. Don Mancini. Anyway, thanks for watching. Take care. and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.